Let's get it. Live. We in the building, baby. Real Canada, we back, baby. Another week. Let's go. And we on time. We early today, baby. We beat y'all. Y'all usually beat me, but I beat some of y'all today. I see y'all coming in. Big up to y'all, man. Big up to everybody coming in, checking out White Mike today, baby. Real Canada in the building, baby. This is going to be live, y'all. It's going to be live, man. Big up to everybody coming on in, man. Y'all know how we do, man. We're going to get right. I'm going to do a couple of announcements real quick before we jump into it. I'm going to wait for everybody to come on in, man. But we are live. We're live on time this time, baby. We are live on time this, baby. Let's go. All right. I see my other people's coming in now. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary George. Hold on for a second. Before we get right, I'm going to do a couple of quick announcements. We're going to get right. I'm going to let y'all know a little bit of this, a little bit of that, man. But, yeah, today's Tuesday, baby, April 2nd. This one's going to be a treat. We wanted to bring somebody on stage that's going to give you guys the blueprint, show you exactly how to get in the business, how to build your products, how to brand it, how to put it in stores, how to get financing, how to go through the rigmarole. Man, we're giving you the goodness right here, ladies and gentlemen, the blueprint. You feel me? All right, everybody in the chat, big up to y'all in the chat. Big up Crystal. What's up, Crystal? What's up? Let's go. Come on, everybody. Throw it up in the chat. Throw your names up in the chat. Let me know who you are, man. Let's go, everybody. Throw it up in the chat. Let me know who y'all are. You know how we do it, Real Canada, man. This is not just about us. This is about you. So we do not, and we encourage everybody to throw up your URLs, throw up your social media tags, throw up what your needs are. If you need product, you need services, you need other things to help you get past this Canada lifestyle, man. Throw it up in the chat, baby. This is where we all goes down. This is a big network and goes down here, man. Zoom in, zoom. Hey, y'all, mute yourself, man, because we're going raw daddy. We're not even in webinar mode. This is how we do. So everybody, I need y'all to mute yourself when you guys come in, right? We're doing this raw daddy today, guys. Raw daddy. We are doing it raw daddy, ladies and gentlemen. So mute yourself. All right? Mute yourself, because we're not even in webinar mode, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing this raw daddy. And this is good. I can see y'all now. I can see some of your faces. I like this. Am I in the right mode? Y'all let me know if I'm in the right mode. Am I in presenter mode? Am I in full screen for you guys? Do I look full screen for you guys? Yeah. Mute yourself. Everybody coming in, mute yourself. I like it. Everybody's following instructions. I love it. Everybody following instructions. Let's go. We could flip to any platform. It don't matter, y'all. This is how we do it, Real Canada, man. Let's go. We in the building. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Dab Rigger in the building. What's up, Dab Rigger? He's in the building. All right, y'all. We getting it live. We doing it live like we used to, baby. Pandemic style. That's how I like it. Raw, dog. Raw, baby. Raw music. Raw sounds. This is how we get it down. Let's go. Real Canada in the building, baby. Let's go. Real Canada in the building. What's up? Mandy in the building. Erica in the building. What's good, brother? Mute yourself. That's right. We're doing it interactive. Taronda in the building. One of our longtime mastermind members in the group, Dab Rigger. One of our longtime mastermind members had his grand pre-opening for, how you say it? Deal. I can't even say how he says it. But he's got those extracts, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to need that rosin in Jersey. Check out my man, Dab Rigger. He's part of our mastermind members. And guys, he's going to have that banger for you. Going to have all that infused banger for you. Going to have all that infused banger for y'all. Dab Rigger. That's what's up. All right. Yes. Everybody come on in. Mute yourself. I'll mute you too. All right. Word. Peace. What's up? Tammy in the building. What's up? Raphael, Erica, Lewis, Natalia, Mel, YK, Aura, Tom Spooner, Jocelyn, Manda, Stephanie, YK. What's up, brother? All right, I like this. We going to completely different. Hey, Dab Rigger, when you look at me, am I big on your screen? Am I full screen in your Zoom when I'm talking, or do you see everybody? I'm not full? All right. You don't see me full screen? No? All right, let me flip the view. Let me make sure we get the view right. Let me see if we get the view right. Why is it not putting me there? Do you see me now? Full screen? Nada. All right, don't worry. We're going to get it.
I think every person can control that on Zoom.
Oh, is it? Okay, I
Like
can't.
they go click the thing up on the right,
Yeah.
upper right.
Yep. All right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. I just want to make sure this records it right, full screen for me. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me make sure I got my record before we go into record mode, y'all. We got to make sure that we are full. I want it full. Everybody mute yourself. Mute yourself when you're coming on in. Mute yourself. Mute yourself. I don't know why it doesn't usually show me high self view. No. All right, whatever. All right, everybody. Do I appear full screen for you guys? I know you can look at a gallery mode, but I want you guys to put it on speaker mode. When I put it on speaker mode, I'm not seeing myself. I'm seeing other speakers. Why is that happening? But we're here. It don't matter, y'all. We here. We'll get that view right in a minute. Don't worry. No worries. Everybody coming on in. I'm going to let y'all give them some time to come on in. Big up Mark. Big up YK. Big up Aura. Big up everybody in the building. I'm going to continue to do my announcements real quick when we bring on Hawaii Mike. He's got a whole bunch of goodness for us, ladies and gentlemen. We can't miss this today. My guy, Ryan Cohen, in the building, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, man. We got a whole lot of good stuff, a whole lot of goodness today, ladies and gentlemen. And even with the technical difficulties, y'all, we don't stop. This is real Canada, man. Y'all already know how we do, man. We ain't stopping for nothing. Jocelyn, what's up? Big up. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. It's going to be a fly day right here. A lot of goodness today. They're trying to stop us, but they can't, man. They can't. Y'all all made it back in. That's good. All right. Yes, Aura. Let's go. I can't even get all the way busy because I'm not in my regular system, so I got to go down to dirty Zoom action. But it's okay. We're going to have fun rocking in Zoom action, too. You know what I mean? Big up to you, Aura. First time in the building. One of our first timers. Big up to you. Real Ken in the building. We got Ben Moore in the building. Benjamin Morgan in the building, baby. One of our new mastermind members as well, doing it big. Lazy Days, one of the sponsors of this webinar series. And you're going to see Ben come in and teach you guys and learn more about a cafe, coffee, THC infused coffee cafe in New Jersey. Yeah, and he's going to give you guys the opportunity to own one of those franchises, man. Big up to Ben, big up. Lazy Days. You know what I'm saying. My guy, Tom Spooner, always putting it down. ATM, man, making it happen. Dab Brigger, all my mastermind members in the building. Taronda's in the building, my longtime mastermind members. Let's go, y'all. We had a couple of problems, but that's okay. We're going to make sure we get the damn thing recorded. And let me make sure I am recording. Yes, I am. All right, y'all. I ain't going to hold this now that we've been through all of that. We're going to jump right into the damn thing. So let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you saw me put out the information about this man, Hawaii Mike, right? I told you guys he's one of the first culinary brands. First THC culinary brands in New York City, man, doing it big. Chef for hire. They've been out there for a long time doing dinners, doing infused dinners, doing all kinds of stuff, entertainment, making it big. He's got a lot of celebrities involved with him. He's been in the entertainment industry. He's done big things in branding. He knows marketing. He knows advertising. He's got a whole lot of information under that cap. And now he's been through the licensing process in New York, the Wild Wild West. He's going to teach us a little bit about that, how to get your product on shelves, what he went through getting the product on shelves, how to do it inexpensively, how to formulate, all that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is a $10,000 consultation this man is about to give y'all right now. He's about to give y'all a $10,000 consultation. All right? So get ready with your pens and papers out. Let's go. Get your pens and papers out, man, because this one is seriously, I ain't even lying. These are the questions, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what I'm teaching you guys at the same time. Hold on, I got other music playing. I'm teaching you this at the same time, right? Dad, whenever you're going in and you're getting consults, you hear me guys talk about this all the time. And I've been in business for 30 years. Everybody says, Gary, how do you stay in business so long? How did you happen to do that with my digital marketing agency? The first thing I always say is because I was never scared to invest in myself. I was never scared to put money out there to get around people that were smarter than me. So I always invested in mastermind groups, consultations, and other things from professionals that had the blueprint so that I can go fast, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you go fast in business. You can do YouTube University. You can try to figure it out. You can try to Google it. You can try, you could do it that way if you have no other way. But the fastest way is always to invest in yourself. Invest in getting around people that are smarter than you to give you the blueprint so that you can go fast. That's how I became a serial entrepreneur, and I built multiple dozens of businesses fast. Fast iteration by utilizing the professionals around me. It's not just about you. It's about how you delegate and how you can put that information and formulate it for your own good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. I think I got everybody else muted so that we can get our full screen on. All right? All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen. All right. You know we're not on my regular platform, but I'm going to do it here anyway. Y'all know how we do it real Canna. We got to bring Hawaii Mike in the right way. We got to bring Hawaii Mike in the right way, the real Canna way. And y'all know how we do when we do it on virtually online. Everybody right now, hit the H's right now. I need an H right now. H in the chat. Put an H in the chat. H, 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 H. Let's go for Hawaii Mike. Put the H's in the chat right now. Put the H's in the chat right now. Let's get him hyped, y'all. He's never been on the real Canna platform. We got to get him hyped, y'all. We got to give him a warm welcome, man. He's bringing this city to Jersey, baby. Let's go. We connecting the dots. We got to bring him in. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I like y'all. Y'all hype. Y'all hype. Y'all hype. Let's go. Let's bring him in right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my man, Hawaii Mike. Big up, Mike. What's up, brother? How are you today, man?
I'm chilling, bro. How's everybody doing?
We doing good, man.
Trying to stay dry.
Everybody's waiting on you, brother. We got it through. We made it. Look how determined they were. They went through all that technical difficulty, flipped over to another platform, still stayed in place. Big up to y'all. Big up to the audience. Y'all are hungry, man. Y'all really want this information. Y'all ready to see Mike and put it down. But Mike, yes, man, I want to first start it off, brother, and just have you give a brief intro, man, of who you are, how you got started in this thing, and just a little background, man, of who you are.
Man, so I'm Hawaii Mike. How I got started in this is my father sold weed, so I used to take weed from him. He used to actually buy weed from Dennis Perone. Dennis Perone actually became the godfather, quote unquote, of legal cannabis, started Prop 215. And so I was taking weed from him, sneaking into a music convention, and I got invited for an internship back in like 92. So I moved to New York in 92. Been here since, worked a bunch in the music industry, different capacities, from road managing Mobb Deep to working at the Source magazine, to creating my own magazine, LTD, to creating Inked magazine, the tattoo publication, and a few other things. And the whole time I was basically selling weed. So, people started asking me what I was going to do when Colorado and Washington State went legal. And we started working on Chef for Hire to launch in New York, to be the first culinary brand in cannabis back then. So it's been a little 10 years or so, 11 years of us patiently waiting to launch here in New York.
That's what's up, man. You was way ahead of the curve then, my brother. Way ahead of the curve with that foresight to be 10 years out, putting it together, man, and thinking about this time to come. So I want to ask you a little question about that first, man. What gave you the foresight? None of us knew when it was coming legal, and I surely thought that we were going to probably be the last on the plate in terms of Jersey and the way they love locking us up and messing with us so bad about the weed. I just thought we were all going to be last on the East Coast. So how did you have the foresight, Mike, to know that was coming down the line and to prepare yourself and position yourself to take advantage of it?
I guess the foresight came from me launching other products. Like when I launched LTD, I didn't really have the patience. I had the foresight, I had the vision. I just wasn't patient enough. And I looked at when Colorado and went legal, we were just starting to talk about medical here in New York. And, they say history repeats itself. So I started, doing my research, and I found that alcohol prohibition ended at 37 states and was led by women. New York was going to be the 33rd state, and adult use ended up being led by women,
Right.
And we actually started to mirror a two-tier program, which I really am not a fan of, but it also mirrored what the alcohol industry does, right? If you're on the manufacturing side, you can't be on the retail side, and vice versa. And so all those things basically told me history, is going to repeat in some form or fashion. And if you look at alcohol, all the brands we drink, a lot of those were bootleggers and moonshiners from back then, right? That kind of made that transition from the illegal, illicit side to legality. And so, I was just looking at it that way. And then, the other part is like, food is a universal language, man. And I feel it's going to be the future of consumption. And, we don't necessarily look for it now, but everybody eats, right? Everybody has an cannabinoid system. And the 22 immutable laws of marketing say either be first to market or create your own category. And so for us, I was like, let's create a culinary brand and do it in a market that's not just the largest consumption market in the world, but New York is basically the capital of the world. You know,
Right.
music, business, finance, fashion, style, vernacular, and food, right?
Right.
So coming out of New York, I felt New York is going to be the tipping point, right? And we could tip backwards, but I still think, we're kind of swaying sideways right now. But I'm
Yeah.
hoping eventually we're going to tip forward, and get this into a space where we can cross state lines and start figuring this shit out for real.
Right, for real, man. I want you to talk a little bit too, Mike, about the exact products that you have now currently on the shelf. For those who don't know or aren't familiar with the line, I want you to show them the goodness that you got on the shelves, brother. Because this is dope, y'all. Y'all got to pay attention to this. Is something fly and different, you
Yeah,
know?
so basically, like I said, we wanted to be the first cooking, culinary brand in the market. And a lot of other brands have done the products that we've done. We're definitely not the first to do a coconut oil or an olive oil or a honey. A lot of the brands that I saw, though, from other states would either be a singular product, like a pot de huy, or would be an extension of like a flour brand or something else. Nobody really said, like, look, we're going to teach you how to cook with this product, but also have products that go beyond just cooking, right? Like the three products we launched with, which are extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, and honey, are all superfoods, right?
Uh-huh.
So each one
Yeah.
of them have natural health benefits on their own. I mean, I'm sure y'all have seen all the trends with like, coconut oil and pulling, right? I think it's like the number one thing on the TikTok store right now.
Yeah. Oil pulling.
So right, arguably, some people argue against this as a superfood, but it's got like coconut oil's ton of benefits. We use the raw, organic, so you still get the coconut flavor, the coconut smell. But imagine doing oil pulling with an infused product now, right? So you knock out two birds with one stone. You could start your day off if you do it in the morning, get your first, high and kind of levels you out for the day, starts you off nice.
Yeah.
Um, Extra virgin olive oil, right? Tons of doctors and health professionals suggest a tablespoon a day. You look at the Mediterranean diet, right? It's a
Right.
green zone. They live a long time off of extra virgin olive oil. And extra virgin olive oil is the most widely used oil in the world. I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure everybody on this Zoom has extra virgin olive oil in their homes. And if
Facts.
you eat every day, most likely you're going to be having extra virgin olive oil in your food, right?
Right.
So it's a universal product. And then honey, I mean, everybody knows honey and the benefits that we get from honey. So because of the local honeys help with allergies and things of that nature, we use a local a wildflower honey from upstate New York. But it's prebiotic. I mean, there's so many benefits, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's why we kind of launched with them. The next product we got coming out is in development right now. We're looking to launch in May, which is ghee.
Oh, ghee too.
So
Yeah.
basically, yeah. So we always use ghee in the kitchen.
Right.
For us, it's a higher smoking point. Again, it becomes a superfood. You take out the milk solids, you take out the water and other things like that we really don't need in butter, and now it becomes a shelf-stable product. Right?
Right.
With butter,
Right.
you got to refrigerate it. Right?
Right.
Now that adds on, like I got to get equipment I got to have refrigerated trucks to deliver our stuff. I got to have refrigerators in the dispensary. So you start looking at all of these things and what your cost of goods are. And you got to look at your cost of goods from not just your ingredients and your packaging, but anything that you need to get into the dispensaries as well.
Right.
So if I have products that need to be cooled or kept cool at a certain temperature, most likely I'm going to have to supply that as the brand or be prepared to supply that as the brand for each of the dispensaries that you work with.
Right, right.
And
Now,
then
hold
we
on, hold
also
on.
have gummies.
I got to stop you real quick, because you just dropped a bunch of science. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all paying attention. He dropped a bunch of science in there. He said it real fast, but I hope y'all caught on to a bunch of what he just said. I asked him what made him create this product, and he told us about his product, but he was telling you all the differentiators of why he created the product, and it was more based off of customer demand. You heard him the entire time talking about, oh, this is the number one thing. Olive oil, everybody's got this. Oh, this oil pulling is the number one on TikTok. This, right? Mike's a marketer. He knows exactly. He thinks the way that I think as a marketer, right? You're going to build a product. It's not about building a product and making everybody come to you. It's about understanding there's a demand first. You can't just build a better mousetrap and hope somebody comes. No, it's about understanding there's a demand, a consumer demand. That's where you build product. That's how you don't waste your time and ensure success or greater probability of success of your product. So big up to you, man, Mike, for that, man.
But let me hop in on that one though, Gary.
Yeah.
So yes, on that for sure, right? Like, and that's honestly what we thought we was doing with the gummies and the jellies and everything else, right? Products that everybody knows. But when you're creating your own category, right, and you're first to market, it's also a little bit of a slow burn, right? So with us creating a category like that, we're not the first product people are asking for,
Right.
right? As normal as these products are, there's some weird thing with cannabis infused foods or oils and things like this where chefs get caught up.
Right.
Chefs all of a sudden forget how to use these products, right? And you got to walk them down. So imagine what the average consumer is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're trying to do is normalize this and tell people all you got to do is use these products as how you would use them at home. So there is a curve, right?
Right.
But for us, what you are saying is, and encouraging people to do, is find an issue, find a gap, solve a problem, right?
Exactly.
Or if there's demand for something and somebody's not filling it, fill that demand, right? Solve a problem. But if not, when you carve out your own space, be prepared to have to educate, to have to build that market out and really help, right? And so we're aligning with different dispensaries. We're getting dispensary bud tenders to start doing recipes for us. I got some people working on recipe books and different things like that. So it's not just us.
Right.
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 Because again, to normalize this, we want the average person to be able to think that they can do this, which they can. I'm not a professionally trained chef. I learned how to cook online by doing this.
Right.
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 So I reverse engineered the chef. Like I was resistant to being called chef for a long time because I know how much people, how much work goes into that.
Right.
And that's like, a moniker people work hard to get. Like people want to be acknowledged as chef. And for me, I was like, nah, I just know how to cook and I love food. And I'm trying to educate people on ways to consume cannabis that are healthy. Right.
Right.
You don't have to smoke every day. Nobody on this call or in this world has to smoke to survive.
Right.
And none of us. I'm not saying I'm going to stop smoking. I love smoking weed, but we don't have to. We got to be honest about it.
For real.
Sugar is the most addictive drug on the planet.
Number one.
It's the
by
only
far.
Drug, and it's the only drug classified as a food.
For real. For real.
And so to solve a problem, my problem was that.
Right.
If you go to any New York dispensary right now, 99% of the products are what I just mentioned. They're sugar-based or they're smokable inhalables. There's very few products out there besides ours.
Right.
Don't have sugar. There's like a weed water.
Right.
So again, people don't know it, but why not just infuse cannabis into your lifestyle through something you do every day, which is your diet, you eat.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So there's people that don't want to add smoking, don't want to add sugar, don't want to add something else on top of what they do. Or even say you do meal planning. You know what I'm saying? Like there's tons of people who do meal planning. You could do your meal planning with infused food and have your infusion set at breakfast or lunch or breakfast and dinner or wherever you want. Change your dosage. It's all up to you. And a lot of people can't go outside and smoke while they're working.
Right.
Right. So this creates an opportunity for a ton of people. Again, for me saying, let's solve all these kind of issues that people may have.
Right.
But it's my job to figure out how to educate everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On how to sell our products, how to use our products, how to, right? So I'm saying all of that because no matter what product you have, you want to make sure you have all the essentials that you need to share with people what your products are about, why you use them, how to use them. And then it's like, the where to get them, it just keeps going. So there's a lot of preparation. There's a lot of things that you got to do to, just again, make sure you guys are prepared to really get in this.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of jewels right there, ladies and gentlemen. I just gave y'all a whole lot of jewels on that one. Big up on that one for sure. But that was a whole lot of information, man, and blending it, and that was a really good way of bringing it all together in terms of solving all of those various problems that you heard him you heard him mention, y'all, here, that he's solving, cross-pollinating, not just solving one issue, but multiple issues, right? Multiple niches, multiple genres and little things that you can tap into to get those additional sales that nobody else is focusing on, and utilizing the health benefits, right? This is a health product. That's what cannabis is all about, right? So why not blend it with other health elements? And that's what you heard him talking about, getting the raw honey from New York and doing other things to make sure that you can infuse all of the goodness into one. That's what it's all about, making a healing product. So that was really dope, man. Really dope answer there, brother. I wanted to ask you another question here, man. All right, we're gonna jump into a little bit of formulation, right?
Yep.
What goes into formulation? Anybody doesn't know what that word means? Formulation is pretty much just how you mix it all up when you're creating any type of product or any type of food-based product, topical product, whatever. It's all the different ingredients, and it's a whole formula that you got to use, and scientists and all this kind of stuff, right? So we're gonna talk a little bit about formulation, man. And I know when it comes to formulating things at home versus formulating things for commercial process, there's some differences. And I want you to talk a little bit about some of the formulation adjustments you had to make when scaling from your home base or a smaller batch to larger commercial production.
Yeah. So it's kind of a constant process. I've been, man, tweaking recipes and figuring things out and adjusting like kind of the whole way. But the foundation of what you need to be prepared to make that jump is an SOP. An SOP is a statement of procedure. And so it's basically your recipes, right? But written out to a point where every single step throughout the process in the exact order of how it needs to be done is documented. That SOP is what you're going to take to either your kitchen if you have one, or your partner's manufacturing kitchen, and then you're going to train the people to be able to make your product from that. As far as the scaling, it really depends on the product when you're going from that home size recipe to the regular recipe. I mean, to a larger production recipe. With our oils and the honeys and all that, it's pretty simple because those are just tinctures at the end of the day. That's taking THC and mixing it with another carrier, usually oil-based, right?
Right.
So those formulations are pretty easy, but I've had to change our jellies recipe. Our jellies recipe are our vegan version. And man, I had to change that a bunch of times. And the issue comes to be with supply, right? So sometimes when you're making something on a smaller level, you have access to ingredients. And then when you need to scale and get them at wholesale prices, you may not have, that company may not sell it, right?
Uh-huh.
And so on the gelatin side, you have different blooms. On the pectin side, it's kind of the same thing. And you have to figure out which one works. I went through about 12 different wholesalers to find the pectin we actually use now.
Wow. Get out of here, man.
Pectin,
12 different ones to get to that.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? This ain't easy work, man. If you really care about your product and it's about quality, it ain't about no one and done. I'm just going to take the first thing that comes down. You look at Mike, you have 12, y'all, 12 variations to get to one single ingredient that he was looking for. That's how you make quality product, man. But go ahead, Mike.
Nah, and after I had the recipe, the SOP done, we did it. We went large production and it wouldn't set.
Wow. Get out of here.
I actually lost, like, because the distillate is so expensive in New York right now. We lost out on I had to pay back like $6,000.
Damn.
In doing that. So you really want to make sure you're testing products. And even where we made the mistakes because we were in a rush, and if I would have known this now, I would have made non-infused batches first because we were changing flavors and recipes and using ingredients we didn't use before, but I was overconfident, right? That overconfidence cost me like 6 racks.
Right.
Which isn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got that right now. We're self-funded. We're independent.
Exactly.
I need all of that paper.
For real. For real.
So understanding those things, be patient, be diligent. Like, it took me, man, once I switched the formula and then switched and finally got the ingredients, I probably made about 20 to 30 batches, you know, and just to formulate it right and get it there.
Right.
I went all the way back to the drawing board. I broke my whole recipe, threw it away almost, restructured it from like this other chemistry book that I learned about, and just took it by percentages.
Right.
And from there, just kept kind of tweaking because those percentages didn't show like real fruit being used. It showed flavorings and colorings. And in our jellies, we use real fruit puree.
Right.
So I had to adjust from there and change and tweak that. But it got me to a point where we don't use any food coloring or any artificial or natural flavors besides the puree. Right.
That's dope. That's dope. See what I'm talking about? Y'all, all natural goodness, baby. All natural goodness. Go get that Chef for Hire, baby. That's the healthy version, not that sugary crap, man. Don't go out there and get that, man. Get something healthy that's going to serve your body well. But go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, man.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. We got sugar because jellies in the gummies,
Yeah, right.
sugar, right? We haven't figured out a way to get those sugar free, and then the sugar free products aren't there. But those were our I call those our bridge products, right?
Right.
That's the bridge from not understanding, something from understanding to not understanding, right? They understand gummies and jellies. That's what people ask for. They don't really understand the cooking essentials. So I'm trying to take that brand bridge and get them to the cooking essentials from the jellies and the gummies.
Right. No, that's dope. That's dope, man. We're talking ingredients, and you heard him talk about going through 12 different things for one ingredient, one pectin that he found. Couldn't set, right? After Real had a experience and learning that maybe you should do it uninfused first before you go with the doing it infused, guy. So he's dropping some real science for you guys. He's been through the trenches. These are things that are going to save you hundreds of thousands of dollars that he's just telling you right here, just nonchalantly. Nonchalantly, though, this is a very, very important facts here. All right, well, one other thing I wanted to talk about ingredients too was the other one that I had for you about that. Oh, talking about shelf life. Shelf life. And I know shelf life becomes such a thing when it comes from, everyone accustomed to doing small batch home base, then having to go to larger where you got big distribution channel time frames and other things that demand that you have stable shelf life and longer shelf life. And it forces everyone to put some things into it that they weren't normally putting into it. And then they got to, jiggle it around to get it back to close enough to where they can make it acceptable. So I want to hear your story about shelf life and what you had the experience to go through with dealing with that.
All right, so I just put something in the chat. It's bricks and pH, right?
Uh-huh.
So for anybody that's looking to cook anything with sugar or anything that has water in it, things of that nature, you have to learn bricks, right? So bricks is the reading of water to sugar content in anything, right? And you need to hit certain bricks in order for something to be shelf stable. Otherwise, you're gonna have extra water. That shit starts sweating. You might start handing products to people that get them sick. If you ever tell people your gummies have to be refrigerated, they are not shelf stable. Like they're just not. If you use Jello in your gummies, they are not shelf stable. I don't care what you do. Like they're not going to be shelf stable. Right. So it's learning bricks and learning pH and understanding what your pH readings are very important. You're really not going to find them on a lot of the recipes that are on the internet. Right. You don't find them. Those recipes, a lot of people end up paying for. What I ended up doing is I found confectionery textbooks from the actual schools and universities and started buying those and asking them, like, what books are you guys using and what do and you're just figuring it out from there.
Wow.
But even those recipes still have to be tweaked for scaling. Right. So it's like you got to learn about that. It's super important. And then you got to learn about understand it from your dry times and just letting everything, like all the setting, temperatures, humidity. Your dry times are going to be different in the summer versus the winter when there's more humidity. You got to be very careful because once your product starts sweating, it's an issue.
Game over. Yeah.
It's an issue. Now there's some people that have got it to a point where they let their products sit for 2 days. They demold them and let them sit for a couple of days in an a temperature controlled room. But again, that lengthens your time of your production time.
Right.
And if you're in a facility, in a co-pack facility, you really don't have that luxury.
Right.
Because you're paying for all of that time and space, right? So these are all things you got to think of, when you're in production. But gummies and jellies, really, as long as they're sealed, should be able to live for fucking ever almost. Right. But in a regular package and sealed, you can still get a year shelf life on them. Right. And then all of our other products like the olive oils, coconut oils, honey, I mean, as long as they're kept in room temperature, and that's also, again, think about your packaging, right? Shelf stability with oils. A lot of times you'll see oils on the market that are in glass, right? Yeah. But it will tell you don't put them out in the light or leave them in like a cool space because it will degrade. But if light degrades it, why do they put it in glass? because they know she's buying the shit. If you look at bulk, right? If you look at bulk olive oil, it comes in a tin because they know you're gonna have that for longer, and it's gonna be on the shelf longer, right? So they want it to last.
Right.
Why we have aluminum bottles.
That's dope. I was
us,
gonna ask you that. That's dope. He just broke it down.
right? So people ask us why they can't see our products. It's because I don't trust y'all. I know better, right? Because I know how consumers are. We're lazy. We buy things. I leave shit out at home, right? So it's like I shouldn't say I don't trust y'all. I don't trust me, right? And so if I know me, I'm gonna do things where I'm gonna hopefully alleviate some of the mistakes,
right,
and take away the learning curves and all of that shit. So again, that's why we have this product in aluminum bottles. Also, it's more recyclable than it would be in a glass jar.
Right.
And in New York, 25% of our packaging has to be recyclable starting in 2025.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you're on it. That was a lot of information, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all paid attention to that because Mike just dropped a whole bunch on that one too, man, about a whole lot of different things, including the packaging and why we're selecting that packaging, which was a smart move, right? It's degrading on purpose, so that way you can use a tin can. Reasons why you select package. You just don't select the package to select the package. You better have some other alternative reasons. You see, everything Mike is doing is not for one reason. He's telling you 4 or 5 different things that drove him to make that one decision. And that's what you got to do.
Let's talk about packaging then.
Yeah, let's talk packaging. That's my next one. Next one up. Yes.
Right?
Let's talk packaging. What did you guys do? What went into the decisions? How do you make your packaging, the decisions? Is it cost? Is it this? Tell me a little bit about packaging, man. How you stand out?
So, again, we started this company, over 10 years ago. We did our packaging in 2017, right?
Yeah.
When we started researching for packaging, right, this was the beginning, even right before all the Zaza bags and all the colorful bags and, where now everybody's following that trend. But when that trend stops, what happens? Are you going to pivot with the next trend? Are you ready for that? If it stops tomorrow and you got 20,000 bags and everybody Zaza says, no, I'm not doing that shit no more, and it switches, but you're following that trend, what are you going to do? So for me, I was looking at, since we got cooking essentials, what would we look like at Dina DeLuca? What would we look like at Whole Foods? What would we look at a national chain? Right. How would we stand out as packaging? How would we fit on those shelves? Because eventually I'm like, this shit's got to go into grocery stores and things of that nature. And if we can stand out on those shelves, we'll definitely stand out in the dispensary shelf. Right,
exactly.
And so part of it was what I said before, the aluminum cans. They're sleek, they're sexy, they kind of stand out amongst the crowd. The packaging, the labeling, like all of these things were meant to share all of the information, have our logo stand out. Even, how the bar is on here, when we're turning this and say you're pouring this into a cup, right? If I'm on the gram, I can see that and read that product perfect. But if it's on the shelf, our eyes still turn it because that's how our brains work. Right? So it's still legible.
Right.
Then when we had to figure out packaging, exit packaging or display packaging, or really just packaging that houses our products, because these actually come with a dosing cup. So I can't send these out just like this. Plus there's other information that needs to go with this.
Right.
You don't want to have a label that you wouldn't be able to read anything on here. There'd be no space and everything. There would be no negative space. It would be too cluttered. Right. So we had to create boxes, right? So our boxes, though, can also be used as displays.
That's dope. That's dope.
Right? So whether you have these at, there's dispensaries that use actual displays, or there's dispensaries that just use empties. So we can have these, like this next to each other on the shelf, which they are. So now you see everything. You see what the label's going to look like. You see all the information on the packaging. You see it's 240 milligrams, 10 milligrams per teaspoon, 30 milligrams per tablespoon. You see our whole brand. You see cocoa 3 times.
Right, for real.
So it reinforces it a bunch. You see our website. You see our Instagram handle. There's a lot of information right here, just that.
Yo, hold on, y'all. Did y'all see that? We got to drop some bombs for him, man. We got to drop some bombs for that. That's super dope, man. He's giving y'all real time, man, examples of how to do your packaging right. Did you see that? See, it's all on the edge. You see why he did it. So it's viewable, it's visible. It's thinking social media ahead of time, thinking about visibility inside of a display, thinking of how to display it, giving them other ways to display with a self-displayable product box, brother. I love that, man. That's dope. That's dope, man.
But then some dispensaries want actual displays. Right? So we also created this acrylic display, this stand that could sit there, or it's got notches on the back if they want to hang it on a wall. You know what I'm saying? So they can do that as well.
That's dope.
Then we add some more information, some quick, tidbits about the coconut oil, the extra virgin olive oil, and the honey. Just some quick, fast facts. We got our QR code, right? The QR code goes to our tap link. The tap link has our website, our Instagram, everything on there that you could think, plus product info. There's like a carousel that has all the product info that we send to the bud tenders, right? So all that information's on there, plus obviously brand here, brand there. You can switch this if you wanted to display it like this. You could do,
Yeah, that's tough, bro.
I
love that.
Go like that. Now you got more branding. So again, just things that, get out there. And those displays, I think we bought 50 of them, and I think they came out to like maybe $38 or $40 landed. Right?
Yeah.
So again, I don't make any money off. I got to spend money on all of that shit I just showed you.
For real.
And so, that's only for 50 dispensaries. There's already about to be 100 open.
Right.
So I'm behind already, right? These are things you got to think about. Like, it's constant. Yeah. And part of this game, and I want y'all to understand, is mental health.
For real.
Like, there's a lot of energy that you're putting out there, that you're expending. There's a lot of expectations that you put on yourself as well as the industry. There's a lot of hopes. There's a lot of dreams. There's a lot of, Be patient. Be gentle with self. Be compassionate. Have gratitude for even having this opportunity.
For real.
Don't fight with your people next to you. Stand in arms with your brothers and sisters and figure out how to create solidarity, because they are going to come and try to cherry pick us. They are going to try to come and knock us over. You see how regulations changed in New York. The MSOs wasn't supposed to be in until the end of 2025. State needed money. They got a quick, 200 million by letting 8 of them in. Right. So you got to look at these things. These things are going to change. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to get upset. You're going to need money. Your cash flow. Like, there's so many things, right? And all the information is not out there.
Right. Exactly.
And they don't want to give y'all all the information. That's why I'm saying y'all got to create like a network of people, a coalition, your fam, whoever it is, so y'all can learn together.
Exactly.
Share that information.
Absolutely.
Because trust me, y'all not in competition with each other. Y'all are in competition with the
big boys. For real.
That's who we're in competition with.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily that we're going to compete with the level that they have and the money, but we got to compete to stay here.
For real, to survive.
Right? They don't want us here. They really don't.
Yep.
They don't want honesty. They don't want authenticity. They don't want truth in this space.
Right.
They want to tell us that sativa and indica affect your high. They want to tell us all kinds of like marketing bullshit. And it's sad, but it's what it is. It's the world and this country that we live in. So if you're going to participate, you got to be able to, again, that mental health, you got to stay on top of it, man.
For real.
You're going to get tested. You're going to get tried. You're going to have tough times. Don't consider them losses unless you quit. But you're going to have tough times. Those are going to be learning opportunities. Just like I said, it cost me $6,000 to learn that I need to do uninfused batches to ensure, because it might be the equipment at the facility. It might be the temperature at the facility. It might be the person you're training. It might, whatever it is, you're responsible for it. and
Right.
you're gonna have to pay for it.
For real. All on your back, ladies and gentlemen. That was a lot of wise words, my brother, White Mike, laying it down, y'all, giving y'all so much information today, man, a whole lot. I mean, really giving you the insight on how to really do it, man. But real, we got to squeeze some things in here. Now, how do you get your product in the stores, Mike? Once you got the product done,
Yeah.
everybody thinks that's like, yeah, I got the product. You know, now you got to get it in the stores. So
Well,
let's talk about that process.
Let's start first though with how we're even in the market right now.
Right? Facts.
Right?
Yes.
Like how are we even producing product right now? There's no general license in New York State right now. There's only 2 licenses in New York State. There's a manufacturing license, and you could only get that if you was growing hemp since 2000 and whatever 18 or 19 or whatever it was.
Right.
Right? Then they got cultivation, manufacturing, processing, and distribution if they wanted it. And then there's a card license. There's a retail license.
Uh-huh.
So how do we got products in the market? How does anybody have products in the market? If you weren't one of those manufacturers with the brand, right?
Right.
So one of the most fucked up things that New York State did was not tell anybody about licensing your product and licensing your brand.
Right.
Every single brand that is in the market right now, if it's not Heirloom or MFNY or Off Hours or Dank, you licensed your IP, your SOPs to put your product in the market. You have an agreement and you are getting a percentage back from net sales.
Y'all hear that? Net.
Right? But the important part is all these other big brands are white labeling. Right?
Yep.
Why wasn't anybody else told that? But then when the general market license came up, why'd they throw in a processor tier 3 license to do exactly what I'm talking about? Right? That's how I'm telling y'all, they don't want us in here.
For real.
Like I was literally told by a dispensary, we're going to take your products off the shelves because you're still legacy.
Wow. Are you serious, yo?
Right?
Are you serious?
We're still legacy.
Are you serious?
Right? This was when there was about 12 dispensaries open.
Wow.
There was none open. But y'all are going to tell me, how can I make money as an independent brand if I still don't have my community of people? 2, if I had a micro license, what would be the difference? There is no difference. Because if a micro license, you can still create your own product, sell to whoever you want, right? 3, yo, motherfucker, don't talk to me until you take every other brand that's in the illegal shops.
For real, off of the shelf. There's a bazillion of them right now.
And then they tried to hit me with the, oh, who are you talking about? Really? Get the fuck out of here, yo. But all that to say, right? They don't want us.
Right.
They're going to create every obstacle, right? Why would they suggest anybody in here, if y'all thinking about this green rush, take that shit out your mind. Erase that shit completely from your fucking mind. If y'all are thinking about generational wealth right now, erase that shit out your mind. Because tell me who has generational wealth.
Right.
The people I look at that have generational wealth is the Vatican.
For real.
How does the Vatican get generational wealth? By war, right?
Right.
By robbing, stealing, pillaging, and that's generational wealth. How do the Rockefellers have generational wealth?
Same deal.
Right? So figure out a way to start. Figure out a way to get in. Figure out a solution like we was talking about before that solves a problem through your product offering and build.
For real.
So I spoke it on the Revel and I asked, how many people want to have a dispensary or a license to create their own products? Everybody raises their hand. All right, cool. How many people know somebody who's raised $1 million+? 90% of the hands went down. All right. How many people have raised $1 million yourself? Every hand went down. In New York, I don't know how you're getting started with less than $1 million. Right?
For real.
So where are you getting that money from?
For real.
right? So you're
Yep.
trying to get a license to go beg people for money. You don't have a valuation of your company. You don't
Right.
even know if your products are going to work or sell.
Right.
Why are you taking that much risk? Because they
Right.
told you to?
Right.
Don't believe what they tell you, man. Do your work. Do your diligence. I was never going to get a license. Never. That was
Right.
never my plan because I watched every other state
Uh-huh.
and I looked how they did it. I watched what people did wrong. I got people trying to sell me their licenses in other states.
Right.
And I'm like, why would I do that? Y'all are failing. Y'all
Right.
don't have a pathway to success. Y'all can't even see it. Right? On top of that, again, like I said before, Packwards, Eureka, Kiva, Camino. I mean, let's go down the line. All the brands, Rose, none of them have licenses.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ghana is in
Yep.
5 states. They only have a license, I think, in 1 state, in Colorado.
Do y'all hear that? Do y'all
Right?
hear that?
So if all of those companies are white labeling and doing licensing deals, why aren't you?
For
Why
real.
aren't you thinking about that? Why are you beating yourself up to try to do something you've never done before and risk everything that you have before you've even tested your product in the market?
Facts. 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 My man Mike dropping some serious science here today, y'all. I hope your ears are open, man. He's giving you the inside lead on a whole bunch of stuff that you won't hear from normally coming out of other people's mouths about the reality of this game. We've been laughing at that term generational wealth for the longest. It's laughable. But yeah, it's hardcore, man. Hardcore stuff, but that's a lot of good stuff, Mike. You done blacked out, brother. Hey, y'all, put the H's in the chat, man. If y'all feeling Mike, he done gave us a lot of great information, man. Put the H's in the chat if y'all feeling this info. Great stuff, man, that he's putting together and giving y'all the blueprint, man. Giving you the blueprint. All right, so now we talked about white labeling, and that's so dope because you guys heard me segment into that on some of the previous webinars from the previous weeks. We talked about white labeling and licensing and all of those things, and you hear Mike come back and reinforce the exact same thing that we've been saying, guys. It's the best way to get it out there. And guess what? Brands have way bigger valuations than retail locations. Way by 100. You can get a brand up to $100 million valuation. You're going to get a retail location over 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, probably, and somewhere like that. But yeah, brands very different, man, and they're in demand. So yeah, I'm telling everybody, keep your eye on the prize, guys, and it's a much easier way, and that's what Mike is telling you. It's not easy, but it's easier, right? And so we'll talk that. Yeah, but after it gets on the shelves, Mike, I'm going to talk to you then. Once you got it on the shelves, that's crazy.
No, we got to get it on the shelves.
Yeah. Let's talk about getting it on the shelves. Getting it on the shelves. What was the process there, man?
So, for us, our manufacturing partner, and again, to go back to that real quick,
Yeah.
there is no perfect model. I'm not telling y'all to follow exactly what I did. I'm telling y'all to figure it out for yourselves.
Right.
If y'all need to understand what I did, you got more questions, you could definitely hit me up. I'm here to share information. I'm not hiding it by any means. But again, I'm not saying do this exactly how I did it. I hit road bumps. I hit shit that's fucked me up that it isn't perfect. And you're not going to have a perfect situation on either side because we're also dealing with regulations that are constantly changing.
Right.
Right. So finding a partner on the manufacturing side, you are going to be responsible for different things. We're responsible for our specialty ingredients, and we're responsible for all of our packaging up front. We don't get any of that money back until sales are paid, which is at least 30, but now it's like 60, 90 days from dispensaries.
Yep.
And then we wait to get processed, and then we wait, right? So y'all got to be prepared like 6 months of cash flow.
Yep. Runway. Y'all heard me say that in the beginning.
Right?
You better have a big runway.
And now think
minimum.
about that. If you need 6 months just doing a licensing deal, you're going to need like 18 months to 2 years lifting your license up.
For real.
Right? So now you're talking a lot of money. So now different deals will create different percentages. You have different negotiating power. It's also depending on the demand for your product. So now you got this manufacturing deal done, this agreement. What is your partner going to do for you also? Are they going to help with sales? Do they already do that? Are sales all on you? You can negotiate a different percentage with that as well. We have a kind of hybrid. They do our initial sales, and then we got to follow up. But we're also not the biggest brand they had. We're the small guys.
Right.
So we have to follow up even more.
Right.
dispensaries that are like, yo, we thought we had your product. We don't have it. Your product would be perfect here, but we see other brands from the processor partner there. Right? So developing your own relationships, whether you got somebody doing sales for you or not, like if your partner's doing sales or not, is imperative. You have to. You want to be able to call these people. You want to be able to hit them up. Luckily, what we're doing right, a lot of these people are people we can deal with. They were people that got arrested. They've been selling weed.
Right.
In the space, so it's like, you know,
they get the hustle.
In the pie. We can get it. There are some though that don't really align with us. And
right.
I'm like, you're weird. You're just here for the money. I get it.
Right.
And so you're also not going to be in every dispensary. And once we have 1,000 dispensaries, you're going to have dispensaries in close proximity to each other, and you're going to want to strategically align with the ones that are really supporting you and the ones that are in areas that their customers are supporting you.
Right.
So that's tough, right? So you got to really stay on that. We're independent. I'm doing a lot of this on my own.
Yeah.
Right.
Grind city.
I gotta go. We're doing Westchester and the Bronx tomorrow. We're doing, bud tender training at Cannabis Realm. We're doing bud tender training at Etain. We're dropping off displays at Cannabis Realm, at Bronx Joint, at Hush, and at the new Con Bud.
Oh man.
Right.
Damn.
So that's just one day. We can start, but
right.
Right. So now we got to look at, can we get field reps? But I ain't got no cash.
Right. Right.
I'm still waiting on it. Right?
Still waiting on my net 60, net 90. I'm still waiting on my net. You know what I mean?
So now I got to figure out other ways to introduce our product, to train people to. So again, going back to the mental health thing, though, being overwhelmed, like it's
right.
There's a lot of mental gymnastics that go into this.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of sleepless nights. There's going to be a lot of just on the move constantly.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's like, bro, I get to talk about selling weed. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is incredible. Like, so there's also that side of it. That's where the gratitude comes in. Right. That's why I get excited. I'm like, bro, I can do this shit forever. Because now it feels like when I first got in the music industry in the 90s, we used to do retail marketing. Right. We would bring sample cassette tapes of new music. We would bring 12 inches for the DJs to play in there. We'd bring our snipes, the posters. We'd bring our 12-inch poster cards. I forget what they were called. We'd be like, yeah, we can make a box display for you. We can poster up on this wall. Yeah, I can take that joint down. That shit's been out, bro. Right. Put this shit up here. So it's basically we doing that now.
Right.
Have that experience and understanding. But it's a lot, and it's a fight. It's constant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's the bud tender trainings, right? Yeah. Learn how to really teach the people that are selling your products, like help them understand your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you making this? How do they use it, right? And then really just what it is and how it comes packaged and what's all the information that's behind it. Right. So we have one sheets we've created. We got decks and slides. We got bud tender cheat sheets.
That's dope.
I had to print, we printed. I don't even have any on me, I don't think.
That's dope, y'all. Mike is giving it. He's dropping it for y'all. He's dropping a whole blueprint for y'all today, man. The entire blueprint for you right here today. He's telling you everything.
We got
the full strategy.
We got T-shirts, but we made bud tender shirts, right? Our bud tender shirts say "bud tender for hire."
That's dope.
We got pins.
I like that.
Right?
Yes.
We got pins that we give to every bud tender because you see bud tenders, they all got flair on, right?
Exactly right.
But again, these aren't things that I'm getting any money back on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm printing 150 shirts. That's $1,200.
Right.
I've done that twice already. I've done pins. That's $700 or $800. Right. So
cost of doing
business right there.
You know
that's
what
not
I mean?
The gas. That's not the travel. That's not your time. That's not any of that shit.
Right. Just the raw product. Not even the design, not even it is, just the raw product. That time and energy that goes into it, y'all. And that's a great that Mike's sitting here sharing this information and telling you how much goes into it, man. Even with his experience of being a guy who's experienced with dealing with retailers, with placing product in retail, still saying that it is a grind, man, and it's an understanding and it's all about relationship building. You guys hear me say that more than anything, period. When it comes to sales, when it comes to marketing, people buy product because they like you. They don't have to like your product. If they like you, they're going going to buy your product. Building relationships is the #1 way to penetrate any market. It doesn't even matter if you got a garbage product. You could still make money by just being a likable person that people like, and that's what he's doing. And I'm not using that strategy, but using it to really put the pieces of the puzzle together, man, and get in there. And Mike, that's super dope too, as well, man. And you're sharing. And guys, y'all, you see what I'm saying? People like this, y'all won't find other people who are doing it on the big level. They will never come down and share this information, man. You see Mike coming here to Real Can and giving us all this info like this. The other cats who's got all the big information, you will never see them on here giving us this information. They real tight-lipped with it, man. But guys like this, they're really about it, really care about the market, aren't afraid to share our information, man. So big up to you, Mike, for that, man, for sure, for sure. All right, so let's talk about now. We talked about how important the bud tenders are, right? Let's talk a little bit about that, man. How important are bud tenders in the sales process of your product?
Man, that's probably I'll say they're #2 in the sense that #1 is getting on the shelves, right? And getting into the dispensary. But they are your first, that's your offense right there.
Right.
They're everything. So the more informed they are, the better. How I tap in with them is all of them. I always ask bud tenders, like, how many of y'all want to have a brand of your own dispensary? Everybody always raises their hand.
Right.
Right. So one, let me be a resource for you. Any questions you got, anything you need, you can always hit me up. I give them my personal information, my cell phone, everything direct. Y'all can always hit me. Right. And then informing them, giving them everything we can. We can't compete with Rove, and Eureka and Packwoods, who give them backpacks and all this other shit and fanny bags and, thousands of dollars worth of product. Because what you got to understand is the same reason I got into New York and wanted to launch here in New York. While y'all look at 420, every California brand, every big brand has been in New York the past 2 420s. And now Burner's coming out here for 420.
Right.
Everybody wants to be out here. This is the market to be in. Yeah. So you're competing with all of them, right? And they got the money to spend. They got all the funds. They're heavily funded, heavily invested. They got sales from other markets. They're coming in here to just dump money and create awareness and sales around their product. And that is it. Everybody wants this market. So you're up against that. So you got to figure out how to develop that relationship. And for me, it's really been about being on the same level. Right. Because they're learning how to sell products. They're learning how to work and operate at a dispensary. So some of them are looking to move up the ranks. Some of them are going to different dispensaries to learn consumers' habits in different areas of the city.
Right. And and y'all hear that? How invaluable is that, having a guy who's going to different areas and learn different things? The bud tender has all his intel. You make a friend with him, and he established what's going on downtown. He went uptown. He moved over here. He went over here. He's got so much data that he can instill right into your brain that you don't have to go through, man. That's priceless information.
So they're super important. Befriend them. Get cool with them, because again, they're closer to us than a lot of the other people we're going to be dealing with this market are.
Yeah, most definitely. Man, Mike is dropping so much. I know I can't keep holding him, man. He has been so gracious with us, ladies and gentlemen, and done all of this time and everything else. I got one more question for you, Mike, but this is super duper, man. Everybody's going crazy, man. We're going to have to do a part 2. We're going to have to do a part 2 because we had a missed launch, and I want to get everybody on. I know so many people missed it who wanted to see it. I think we're going to run it back, Mike. We're going to run it back. We're going to wait some weeks, man, and run it back because everybody's loving this one, and I could just see that we could talk forever. Y'all see Mike, right? He's going. I got a whole nother half of questions we didn't even get to yet. That's why I said I'm gonna have to break it into a part 2. And y'all know what? Y'all gonna see him on stage. Y'all gonna see him on stage this year, ladies and gentlemen. I'm bringing him to Jersey, so y'all better be there. October 18th, 19th, you're going to see him on stage, realcannabisentrepreneur.com. You're going to see Hawaii Mike on stage, Chef for Hire on stage, man, making it happen. But this is super dope. Mike, last question, though. We have one bullet point that everybody wants to know. How do you produce inexpensively? They're looking to get in. They don't have much money. They're saying, man, how can I do this, man? I don't have it right now, but I got a little bit, you know what I mean? And if I could just get to the next step, maybe I could, do this, do that, the stair step up. So I want to hear your rendition of what would be your advice for that individual in that position. What would be the most effective way, man? Doing it on a budget, doing a shoestring, making an impact, getting the brand out there, whatever you got to do to get started right now. What would you say?
I mean, if it's the licensing deals for me, like that's the most affordable way to get into the market. Do your homework as best you can. Think about everything that you need, that like we talked about on this call, like, from your ingredients and your SOPs and how you're producing, all the way through your packaging, through your promotional materials, how you're going to market, um, what your opportunities are. Are you trying to get into every store in the market? You trying to like look at certain stores in the market, hit a certain area and try to start from that, and then build demand and go from there. Understand that you're probably not going to see money back for like 90 to 180 days. That you need, X amount of money like to go, I would say 6 to 9 months of cash flow. And yeah, I don't licensing, man, white labeling your products. And
Yeah.
that's what I really don't understand. And that's how I know how predatory this industry is. Because every other industry, if I was to make a food product, a hair or skincare product, a beverage, whatever it is, you create your SOPs and you go to a co-packer.
Exactly.
It's like that's the
It's that
pathway.
simple.
That's what
Yep.
they teach you. But in cannabis, they push you to get licenses, but they only really push people of color and people that are disenfranchised and people like that, because all the other people, they get to be in the other rooms. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And once you have access
Exactly.
to the other rooms, the good old boys help you out.
Yep.
But if you're not in that good old boy world, it ain't popping like that.
Yep, and they're going to try to steer you down the wrong road and try to stall you and try to divert what your efforts and things, ladies and gentlemen. So you got to know we're playing this kind of game. It's not a fair game, unfortunately. This is not regular business. I tell all of my investors, everybody else getting into this game, whatever you learn in regular business, man, get it out of your head. Get ready for a roller coaster ride, because cannabis is way different, and you got to be ready for that ride. So just know, y'all, there's a big rainbow, big pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, though, for those who stand true, man, and stand hardcore and plow through it, like you see our brother Hawaii Mike, who's going to plow through it with a banging brand, getting it out. The people that deserve it from, the foundation of the industry. That's what we all have to do. That's why I'm doing this whole damn thing with Real Cannabis, is to encourage more of y'all to continue to get out there, build your products, build your services, get out there so that we can have our independent blueprinting community, not have these MSOs just price fixing us, bullying us around, telling us what the this and that. It's time for us to make it happen, man. Mike, that was super dope, brother. That was super, super dope. Yes, there was so many gems, man. Y'all, I'm going to bring them back for a part 2, y'all. I'm going to bring them back for a part 2, because this was too dope. This was too dope, and it's too much information, and Mike's got a whole lot more. He's just raring. I could see him. He's got so much more he's ready to give, y'all. I got to bring him back for a part 2, man. But yes, man, Mike, before you leave, brother, any closing words, man? I think you've already given up your contact information on how people can get to him. You know what I mean? Ryan said Mike dropped a gem on him. You know what I mean? He dropped, yes, lots of gems, man. But any parting words, man, and anything else you want to say to the audience, man?
Um, I mean, I think, my biggest thing is your why. Like, why are you here for real? Because that's really what people buy into, is your why. There's an incredible talk. I always forget the name of it, but if you look up, it's a TED talk by Simon Sinek. TED talk on why. Oh, it's how great leaders lead. How great leaders lead. And he breaks down what I'm talking about, and he uses Apple as an example. And basically, your why is in the center. Your how is outside of that. Your how is basically the extension of your why, right? And then your what is actually what you're creating, what you're selling, what your product is. Most people start with their what. Most people's like, "Oh, I got this product here, buy this, da 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 da." And you're like, "Well, there's 50 of them over there. What the fuck am I buying yours over all of those?"
Right.
Right? But if you start with your why, it gives a whole different perspective, because it tells you why we're here. And our why is to normalize the use of cannabinoids as an everyday essential for optimal human health and holistic well-being, right? Very simply, we want everybody to use our endocannabinoid system for what it's built for, homeostasis, right? Of our
That's right.
internal environment. Everybody wants balance. And we have understandings now of one system that regulates all the other systems in our body and affects all of the other systems in our body. And so we use the universal language of food, because everybody eats, to share that information, right? So that's our why, right? How we do it is we create easy to use products that are informational, packaged well, and look pretty. We have cooking essentials, extra virgin olive oil, honey, and coconut oil. We got ghee coming. Want to try some? Right? That's a whole different pitch than being like, yo, bro, you know, I got fucking flour. I got an eighth of fucking za.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So it's really that part, and your why is so important, man. And what we talked about before is like, what problem are you solving out there? You know,
For
really
real.
something that's there, and think long term. Think of
Yeah.
the future. Visualize where you see your product in 10, 20, 30 years.
For real.
Right?
Big
And
vision.
how that's going to participate and how people are going to, you know, buy it, where it's going to be sold, all those kinds of things. And create your lane. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, especially if you got flowers or a vape or things like that, and it's not a unique product, but you can grow really well. How's that going to stand out? You know what I'm saying? You got to think about all of those different things.
Right.
And
right.
so it's a lot.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man. Yeah,
but
man.
think about that why for real. It's really important. It's going to be your fuel. It's going to be your driver. It's going to be what you stand on. You know
Big it up.
So,
Big it up. Hawaii Mike in the building, y'all. That was amazing, man. My man, Hawaii Mike came. Chef for hire, put it down, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up right now, right now. Put the H's in the chat, man. Big up for him for staying the whole time. Big up for all of y'all staying the entire time, Mike. They wanted to see you so bad that we had technical difficulties, flipped to another platform, and not one of y'all left. Not one of y'all. Y'all are still here. Still here. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all are serious. You guys are dedicated. I like these audience, man. We about it. We want to make things happen, man. Big up to Hawaii Mike. Big up to him, the Chef for Hire. Guys, make sure you go to the dispensary and cop that. You see my man just drop a whole bunch of jewels on you. Get to that dispensary and get some of those oils, man. Get out there and get some of his products out there. Let him know that this is the guy that's educating, man, and sharing information and not being scared to give it up instead of holding it tight at the lip like the rest of these jokers. But our real troopers, man, out here on the streets making it happen, putting it down for real cannabis entrepreneurs like Hawaii Mike. My dude. Mike, thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate it. We're going to get you back for part 2. We're going to see you on stage in October and a whole lot more to come, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you again, my brother, for sure, for sure. Yes, man. This is big. Peace out. This is big, y'all. Real Canna. We're going to do it any old kind of way. I told y'all we don't stop. We don't stop. And we still made it happen. Yes, Taliba. Big up to you. Grateful for the info. Yes, very useful, man. Farm products, yes. Stephanie Gibson, big up. Yes, that was really good, man. Mike, I'm telling you, he dropped some stuff for us today. He dropped some stuff. We got to do part 2. Chris Jennings says this is legendary status. Making moves full steam ahead, baby. That's what I'm talking. This, you ain't lying, Chris. This is legendary status, yo. You know what I mean? Let's get it up, man. That's what I'm talking about. Chef for hire, super dope, a branding expert, marketing expert. He shared so many things with you guys. And again, he's a marketing and branding advertising guy like me, but he's done big project work with big brands. And he gave you a little bit of all of the background of why he created this packaging. I mean, that was a class. That was a class on how to create great packaging, y'all. And he gave you things to think outside the box. That's what I like, man. Real Canna.
we definitely got to post this one on LinkedIn. Y'all got to help me put this on my page too.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you tomorrow. We're gonna post that. We're gonna stream it live. We're gonna restream it through Mike's live, and I'm gonna restream it through mine live too. So maybe we'll do them at the same time, Mike, on both of our LinkedIn's, and we'll blow it out and have everybody come for another day. I'll make another announcement. Say we're doing a replay, but it's gonna be live replay.
Yeah, and if y'all on LinkedIn, y'all can hit me on there too. Like, I think this is it.
Hit him up on LinkedIn as well, y'all. You know you got to connect. LinkedIn is the spot. I haven't told y'all anything. Everybody needs to dominate and go crazy on LinkedIn right now before they pull in the reins. Because right now we can message people. We can do a lot of freedoms on there, but Microsoft owns it, and it's going to change, just like all the rest of these social media platforms. I'm the guy who does it and markets and goes through all of these regulations and gets around them. But I'll tell you guys, I always warn everybody. I say right now, LinkedIn is wide open. You better take advantage. It's not going to be like this forever. So guys, get on LinkedIn. Follow Hawaii Mike on there. Follow us on LinkedIn, real Cannapreneur on LinkedIn as well, ladies and gentlemen. And we're gonna do some more. We're gonna bring Hawaii Mike back, man. Chef for hire, y'all. Y'all gonna see him on stage. Y'all gonna see him at the conference. We're gonna taste some of the good oils. We're gonna get some of the goodies. By that time, he's gonna have even more stuff. So it's just gonna keep on going, y'all. Keep on going. You know what I'm saying, Lakeisha? Lakeisha said, "I'm getting in this. I'm getting in the stream." All right, y'all. Peace out, y'all. Thank you, my brother Mike, man. Thank you again. Hawaii Mike in the building, baby. Doing it big for us, man. Real Canna, baby. This is so dope.
Oh, last thing. If y'all come to Brooklyn, come see us at Fly Private Social. We got a social club and restaurant.
Yes, and they have a social club and restaurant, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we'll do a special event there, y'all. Maybe we'll do a Real Canna thing. We'll bring everybody from Jersey. We'll come over there, and maybe we'll do it live. Since we're going to get Mike back. Maybe we'll do a second session live, yo. That would be dope. And we stream it live right from his spot. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, brother. We going to talk about that. All right, y'all. That's it. We got to roll 1:30. Appreciate y'all for